Howdy, you mighty fine circle people. Thanks to you lot, I was fortunate enough to find my doppelganger. 3 months ago, a few of you shady people had sent me over to the Twin Strangers site. I won first prize with a gazillion votes. Well, so you know, my side job is a bit of a combination of photography and exorcisms. So wouldn't you know it, my old buddy St. Nicholas rang me yesterday. He'd taken some photos with a lady. I think she's a lady. I was quite a bit worried because St. Nicholas, he's usually so jolly, but for the first time in my life, my encounter with St. Nicholas, he was out of sorts. He was frightened. So I hopped on a plane to the North Pole, and I did everything I could. I met with him. I met with the lady, and St. Nicholas. Gave St. Nicholas a good old cuddle and tried to stay back from that lady. Turns out she's in desperate need of finding her doppelganger. Can you help her? Please help her, because she's scaring the shit out of us.
Apologies in advance. This was meant to be the description for our upload, but it's quite lengthy, so we've added it to the video. It was typed in all caps, and that will affect the text-to-speech reader, but we haven't the time to edit. This is being screen recorded outside, so you'll hear background noises. We're quite busy, lol. By the way, the last upload was written by Wally with just a bit of additions from me. Considering the many compliments we've received in DMs on that upload, it's quite obvious his writing is preferred. I wish he had the time to write everything for us, and I bet you do too. LOL. Right, let's get started. We highly disagree. The one you're on about being lovely without Frosty is the one running her very own cult. What she's done both in the public and behind the scenes over and over again is absolutely unforgivable. Frosty does in fact stir up more paranoia and rage in her, but with or without Frosty she is dangerous. And we have over 1,000 bits of evidence to prove it. But you already know about loads and loads of her evil doings. Yet many of you are only concerned about stupid shite. We constantly feel the need to ask you, are you dumb? Stupid? Or dumb? She sits on other people's lives laying her goddamn arse off twisting the truth, and she's on about feel sorry for me. Stop feeling sorry for her, she has done far too much harm to worry on about her feelings. We understand many of you aren't able to speak up, but for the people who don't see anything wrong with assisting in the premeditation of the most cruel horror to land on the death anniversary of someone in the circle, or contacting others with plans of destruction on a family, or using an extremely vulnerable person to get the ultimate revenge on someone, or cruelly falsely accusing people, or using manipulative tactics and threats to intimidate people into submission. What in the actual fuck? You're assisting in evil and you're the problem. We're truly grateful every day, because we aren't anything like the bloody ridiculous dusty fannies worried on about who is slagging who off. Frosty may be at the top of the circle's super naughty list, especially after giving Despicable Me a platform for her ultimate public stonings, so Frosty is now on our radar. We've continued to explain we aren't on about troublemakers, fallouts, or even bullies, but if you're allowing Despicable Me to use your channel for public stonings, you've caught our attention. Despicable Me is charismatic, and she uses that to play you for a goddamn fool, and that's for true. Everybody knows Frosty's filled full of coal, and everybody knows she's a goddamn bore. She's no power to run her very own cult, so other than using her as examples of the hypocrisy in the circle, she wasn't a very lot important to us. There's just one in this circle with that kind of power over the circle. Just one. If you aren't using her for those goddamn politics the crew we're on about know who they are, then you should know she is 100% using you. Don't allow yourself to be just another Muppet to the Muppeteer. Stop being goddamn oblivious to the goddamn truth. You may not care, but if you could try to imagine what it's like to be her victim whilst also realizing you may be next, maybe you'll care then? She's said sorry far too many times for it to matter. She hasn't stopped her evil doings, and she never will. Remember our words. Right? If you can't understand what's spoken by the Cowardly Lion, that's quite alright, because it was just for a chuckle. It isn't even a bit important. We've almost forgotten to say happy goddamn Sunday, Circle. Speak